the ground. Everybody around, watch everybody around. Hey, who mashing up like
WEFM, the clean, fresh sound.
WhatsApp us or call us at 457-9997. Rise and shine. Let's get ready to take on the day. Activated Morning on WEFM 99.9 is on now.
All righty then, St. Vincent and the Grenadines is now 21 minutes after the 7 o'clock hour. Good morning to you once again. All the folks heading to work this morning, good morning. All the folks heading to school this morning, good morning to you as well. If you're heading in the mountain, good morning. Good morning, Roleza.
Morning, Maka, morning. You know what crossed my mind as you sending out those mornings? Mm-hmm. All the persons who are overseas, who are listening to us, who packing the suitcase bit by bit because they're coming down for Vinci Mass, right? Special morning to all of you. I know one person in particular listening to us. Bit by bit, packing the suitcase, all right? We welcome you. We are looking forward to your arrival. So good morning to everybody. And yes, trust that you are going to have a good day. And we are going to do our best to ensure that at least between 6 to 10, well, what now is? Now it's 7 to 10. Yeah, we make your morning a good one, all right?
So this morning, Roleza, this weekend, is Bacchanal Bay. Mm-hmm. It's going to be supposed to be a really, really good show.
And I think they had I think they had some event last night. Some event last night. I think to select persons for that event. Something to that.
The Soca Monarch prelims. Okay.
Yeah. So Bacchanal Day is on Saturday or Sunday. What is it? I think
the 14th. The 14th is when?
Okay, I gotta look it up. All right, so yes, as you played that Kelly J there, mm-hmm. I actually thought that what's his name performance. I haven't reached Kelly J's performance yet for South Leeward. Because as I said, I'm looking at it in pieces, mm-hmm. right? But I actually thought that what's his name did a better performance than Sicko.
Than Kelly J?
Jasper. No, I haven't reached Kelly J yet.
Mm-hmm.
But Jasper's performance. The Rum Island, the song Rum Island, right? I actually thought that his performance was a bit better in terms of more standard from what I've seen so far. So I'll continue looking and give my full opinion maybe afterwards.
Roleza, you need to go to these shows. Go to these shows.
So come in to which walk at what time? You forget the 6 o'clock boat start?
Listen, you know your time, you can leave.
Yeah, but look at how late the performances went. What time you wanted me to come and work, Maka? You want to work till 8 o'clock?
Listen, you come to work for 6, you leave at 10, you go back home and you sleep.
It's the problem would be I need to get some rest before coming in for 6.
So
I ain't that young anymore, you know.
If the show finish at 2 o'clock, you can't get some rest from 2 to 6?
No. You would work that shift by yourself. I am telling you on it. Tell me you must go to one of them and you're going to work yourself.
Well, that is easy. So you only go in 10 on weekends, right?
Oh, well, between a Friday and a Saturday. Yeah. You can't tell you I don't do anything during the week. I need to get my proper rest. I don't play with my sleep, no.
It is a need to get your proper rest. It is that easy.
Yes. All right. So let's get into this morning's topic.
All right. So, around, we only recognize some persons around Carnival time, right?
You mean the Wednesday after Monday and Tuesday?
The Wednesday after Monday and Tuesday. So I'm reading from St. Vincent and Grenadines Ministry of Health, Wellness and Environment, Health and Energy, right? So most of us are still asleep when they begin their day, but we will certainly notice if they stop showing up. A special thank you to our sanitation workers who help our city clean every day. Every piece of litter thrown from a vehicle, every illegal dump site, and every improperly discarded container can create breeding grounds for mosquitoes, rats, and other pests that spread disease. So a cleaner SVG is a healthier SVG. As I mentioned, we always recognize these guys after Carnival Monday and Tuesday, and these guys are doing a really, really fantastic work. Mm-hmm. During the year, you understand? So we're going to show you a video of these guys working and, just asking the public to keep SVG clean, all the business places in Kingston, to keep it clean.
All right, so let's go with the video.
Good morning, everyone. This is the sanitation department, a part of the Ministry of Health. We gather here every morning religiously from Sunday to Sunday, and we take care of the garbage in Kingston and the outskirts of Kingston as far as Calaqua on the east, Gibson Corner on the west, and Jabridge, Edinburgh on that side. Here we are at this gap that we usually call Walker Peace Gap. As you can see, there is a lot of debris here. And what you have as a result is flooding. And then all this debris will be on the road. We are hoping that our citizens could understand the importance of keeping these gutters running to avoid things like mosquito breeding and so forth. Once it blocked and rain fall, water is going to settle there. And if it's not running for a period of time, then mosquitoes are going to breed in it and contribute to the problems we already have. Good, so we are here outside the Bickles area there. And as you can see, the volume of garbage that is here. Unfortunately, this type of garbage is what we refer to as illegal dumping, because most of this debris might have come from business houses. Apparently, they're hoping that the solid waste truck will pick it up. But that is not the solid waste truck task. The solid waste truck deal with domestic garbage. And by law, all business houses should dispose their own garbage at the landfill. So this is illegal. We are asking the persons responsible for this to cease from doing it. And think of all the roach and rats you will harbor outside around your own business. It is not helping you. It is untidy. It is unhealthy. Again, we are appealing to business houses in Kingston. Help us keep Kingston clean. Now, this is a very important part of our operation because we refer to here as our school zone. As you can see, several schools are here. We do our best to keep here clean because our children are here. And we hope from this exercise our children could understand the importance of cleaning. We ask parents to advise the children not to throw the alcohols, those are the snacks that they may use on the street. At home, when you're briefing your children for school, encourage them to put these things in the bin at the school. This is how we end our operation in Kingston daily. As you see, the debris are collected along the streets and they're emptied in this truck that will take them to the landfill, as you can see. This is how we try our best to keep St. Vincent clean. Thank you.
All right, yes. I'm amazed when I see some of the amount of garbage these guys pull out of drains. I'm really amazed.
You're amazed. I was highly annoyed. I was highly annoyed and irritated because, one of the things, and we're asking the question, is it really that difficult for us to keep SVG clean? Is it really that difficult for each of us, whether as an individual or residential person, a citizen of SVG, or those with businesses? Is it that difficult to keep SVG clean? I personally, you see all that garbage that was out there. And the interesting thing is that you see certain garbage and you know which business place it's coming from, right?
Yeah.
It wouldn't have been that difficult to know where some of that garbage came from, right? In terms of where from that video. But so while it says that the act does provide, I suppose, for business places to be charged, there needs to be that enforcement, right? Anybody who, if I were Prime Minister for the day in relation to this particular matter, I would strongly advise that enforcement be done. Any garbage that is left out on, let's say, the end of the business day, that premises or the business place responsible, that they be charged.
When you say at the end of business day, what do you mean? Because
they put it out, well, in most times, they put it out at the end of the business day, although sometimes you do see it during regular
Working
hours, right?
Yeah.
But I know that because the sanitation department comes around during at the end of the day.
But some of these businesses have they hire private trucks to dispose the garbage.
Some of them, but clearly a couple of those that you see there, they weren't doing that because there are business places, as the gentleman correctly said, who expected that the solid waste department will be the one responsible for picking up this garbage, right? But I would have charged them. And one of the other things, so it's not this, so the thing that they're putting it out on the sidewalk, and that's the garbage truck or the sanitation workers will come and pick it up. But oftentimes what you end up finding is that street characters or homeless persons go through the garbage, and they're the ones who are in many cases responsible for throwing them into the gutter, right? I mean, they could blow into the drains, yes. But sometimes when they're scampering through what is left out to see if they can find something of value to them, they just end up throwing things all over the place. So
I agree.
Really and truly, we need to do better. And to me, it shouldn't even be rocket science. It should not be.
Oh, yes. But I don't know. My thing is that, okay, if you dispose your garbage, you put a garbage. I'm wondering if the same business place could have, like, let's say, a garbage bin outside.
But then you won't want a garbage bin in front of every place. Because remember, a lot of the business places in Kingston are side by side, right?
Well, yeah, you have a point.
So unless what they can do, let's say they may not generate a significant volume of garbage per day. What they can do is maybe team up, because they're already teaming up. Okay. For some of these businesses, they're already teaming up to bring in items to the country for sale because they do it collectively. What they can also do is team up to have one business place or one business owner who collects garbage. They could team up to have that person pick up their garbage at the end of the day. So if what it is that I'm contributing is probably not even a quarter or 1/8 of the truck to fill the truck, then several of us can come together and hire this truck to pick up our garbage at the end of the day. So there are ways and means, so it's just, I'm just highly annoyed when every time we have to talk about this topic, I am just highly annoyed because it should not be that difficult.
And it's an easy thing to do. Easy thing to do.
And then it goes back to the mentality of people. Is it that we're saying that Vincentians just believe in just throwing the garbage any which way? Most of us don't keep our homes like that. We don't keep our yards like that. So why do we think that when we come into public spaces, it's okay for us to do it?
The mentality we have
is what?
If we don't throw any garbage on
and I hate
street,
it, so don't even say it. I hate it. Interestingly,
that's the mentality we have.
There was one time I was standing somewhere in town, and a gentleman was standing next to me, and he threw the garbage on the ground, right? And I'm like, so why would you do something like that? And then he telling me, mind you, he is in the same breath telling me that at one point he used to work sanitation department. And I said, so you used to work sanitation department and you doing that? He's like, well, how it is I was getting employment. And I'm like, you really saying this to me? But I mean, he picked it up afterwards. But it's like, it's ignorance. To make a statement like that is just sheer ignorance, right? They already have enough work to do.
And he used to work at the same sanitation.
Yeah. But one of the things I would say though from the video, and I notice even when it comes to the collection of garbage, even let's say in Clear Valley or wherever it is, I'm seeing garbage is being picked up, is that I don't think that there's enough protective gear for our sanitation workers, right? They're going down into the drain and cleaning drains, but they don't have on any covering, any mask covering their faces, because who knows, let's say a bit of maybe the water or whatever gets close to their mouth or so forth, they can get come down with an infection, right? If it's really that horrible, they could come down with an infection. There's also cases where I see them picking up garbage with their bare hands. Sometimes garbage might contain broken bottles. And I think one of the things that we also need to do is that when we're putting out our garbage, be mindful that somebody is picking up this garbage and how we package our garbage, put our garbage together. So if you like you have broken bottles, wrap it up in something so that just in case the person picking up the garbage, the sanitation worker, doesn't end up being pissed by bottles and so forth, right? But I think that they really and truly do need better protective gear. I don't know how some of them right at the back of these trucks without having on some sort of face mask and all of that. But that is probably just something there that I note coming out from the video.
And you're correct in terms of I see like in the video, I see one of the guys down in the drain, but they have on a water boots, but the pants just choked in the water boots.
Yeah.
So you can imagine if that water get inside the water boots.
And let's say you already have a cut on your foot and all of that.
Exactly.
So yeah, I think we need to look out better for the guys who are doing an excellent job in keeping our country clean. All right. But as citizens, let's do our part, please.
Yep.
And as I keep saying, every time we have this conversation, I just get highly annoyed because it should not be that difficult. All right. So,
And we need to recognize them every day.
well, I mean, I think I want to kind of think that we do in a sense. And we noticed the remarkable transformation from Carnival Tuesday to Wednesday morning. That's when we see the remarkable transformation. But I don't think that on a whole that Vincentians, we support and we appreciate the efforts of the sanitation workers, right? So to all of those listening, all of them listening to us this morning, just big up yourselves, right? Just big up yourselves for doing the excellent job that you continue to do. And I hope that as Vincentians, we are going to do our part to just make your jobs a little easier, right? So maybe that you could focus on other things.
Yep.
Yeah. All righty. So we are going to take a quick break at this time and bring to you this morning's traffic talk.
Nothing else sounds as good